In the realm of emotional intelligence, facial expressions are the windows into the emotional world of leaders. Yet beyond the obvious movements of the eyebrows or lips, there's a less talked about region that holds extraordinary insight: the cheeks. The cheeks serve as a silent canvas of a person's emotional containment, expression, energy flow, and relational sensitivity. In high-performance teams and executive environments, understanding this zone through facial profiling can offer deep insights into how someone handles feedback, conflict, empathy, and emotional regulation. FOQUS AI takes us into the science of the cheeks, not just their shape, but the muscles, bones, and behaviors they signify. Cheeks that are full and lifted tend to correlate with high social energy. These individuals are expressive, outgoing, and emotionally generous. They often light up a room not by force, but by presence. In leadership, they make others feel seen and heard. They remember birthdays, notice body language, and intuitively detect emotional shifts in teens. Such cheek structure often belongs to those with naturally high emotional quotient (EQ). They don't just understand people, they connect with them. They are the emotional thermostats of the room, and when they are balanced, teams feel safe, energized, and inspired. However, overexpression can sometimes lead to emotional exhaustion or even misjudgment if empathy clouds objectivity. Conversely, flatter or hollow cheeks may suggest an inward process and style. These individuals tend to contain their emotions, often appearing calm even during stress. While they may seem less emotionally available on the surface, they are usually highly self-aware and introspective. In leadership, they play the role of stabilizers, those who do not react impulsively but take time to feel, think, and respond. Their presence is grounding, especially in high volatility environments. However, when under extreme pressure, they might suppress emotions to a fault, risking disconnect with others. Recognizing this trait allows HR professionals and leadership coaches to support their expression while honoring their internal world. Cheekbone height and prominence add another layer. High cheekbones are often associated with ambition, focus, and strong emotional control. Leaders with this trait tend to maintain boundaries well. They don't let emotions spill over into decision-making unless deliberately done. They are skilled at presenting confidence, even during crisis. In boardrooms, they are composed, deliberate, and respectful. Their emotional self-regulation becomes a superpower when handling investor pressure, cross-functional disagreements, or team crises. However, if left unchecked, they may be perceived as cold or detached. This can be balanced through training in emotional visibility, helping them share enough to be human without feeling exposed. Soft or lower cheekbones often indicate warmth, compassion, and people-oriented leadership. These individuals lead through relationships. Their energy is not just top-down, it's circular. They are the ones you can vent to, the ones who diffuse tension in meetings, and the ones who remember the emotional subtext of conversations long after the facts fade. They thrive in HR, client-facing roles, and team leadership. Their cheeks literally soften when they smile, showing genuine openness. However, in some environments, such leaders may struggle to assert or enforce difficult decisions, especially when emotions run high. Recognizing this facial signal early can help tailor support systems that empower boundary setting without losing authenticity. Cheek movement during facial expression also provides insight. Some people's cheeks remain mostly still when they speak or smile, indicating emotional reservation. Others show a dynamic range. Cheeks lift when excited, tighten when serious, and flush when passionate. This visible variability is often linked to high emotional literacy. These leaders are not just expressive, they are communicators of emotion. Their teams know where they stand, and that fosters transparency. When this emotional fluency is paired with strategic vision, the result is a leadership style that resonates deeply across cultures and personalities. The skin texture and tension across the cheeks also matter. Chronically tight cheeks may suggest long-held stress or emotional suppression. Leaders who carry emotional burdens without expressing them often show subtle rigidity in this area. They might be perfectionists, warriors, or stoics believing vulnerability is weakness. Yet in today's world, emotional openness is increasingly linked to trust. Coaching such leaders to release tension, physically and emotionally, can unlock not only personal well-being but team morale. On the other hand, cheeks that move freely and show natural micro-expressions reflect fluid emotional flow, adaptability, and openness to feedback. Asymmetry in cheek development, where one side is more prominent than the other, can suggest an internal conflict between giving and receiving, expressing and containing. Such leaders may be givers in public, but suppress their own needs in private. Or they may be bold in execution, but struggle to share emotional states. FOQUS AI uses such asymmetries not to judge, but to inform. By highlighting such traits, organizations can create environments where emotional awareness becomes a tool, not a trap. In high-stakes negotiations, cheek tension can reveal discomfort even before words are spoken. In interviews, cheek animation can help assess authenticity. In conflict resolution, matching cheek signals with verbal cues can decode whether a person is truly at peace or merely performing calmness. The cheeks, in essence, are the backstage of emotional theater. And once we learn to read them, we gain access to an entirely new level of leadership diagnostics. For executive coaches and HR professionals, this means faster insights into leaders' emotional capacities. For leaders themselves, it means becoming more aware of how their faces communicate even in silence. Imagine starting a performance review not with a generic questionnaire, but with a focused profile that shows whether the individual tends to bottle stress or externalize it, whether they lead with head or heart, whether they need space or connection. This is the power of cheek analysis, subtle, silent, and stunningly accurate. Ultimately, the cheeks are not just about beauty. They are about behavior. They are not just features, they are feedback systems. And when interpreted through FOQUS, AI's scientifically trained lens, they become one of the most powerful predictors of executive emotional intelligence in the modern workplace. So next time you're building a leadership team, evaluating emotional dynamics, or trying to decode team culture, don't just look into someone's eyes. Look at their cheeks. They might be saying more than words ever could.